Rocky, we looking good in the booth. We get some levels. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. Am I good?
1, 2, pause up from Rocky.
Okay. All right. Marker. Make it official. Hello and welcome to another episode of Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.
This week, Ted and I took on the Netflix original romantic comedy entitled The Life List, starring
Sofia Carson, Kyle Allen, Connie Britton, Sebastian de Souza, Marianne Rendon, Jose Zuniga, who I know from Williamstown, Jordi Molia, Michael Rowland, Chelsea Frey, and Ben Warheit.
I am so glad you did that.
You said you texted me to do it. You said I'm not even attempting this.
Oh, hey, okay.
That's
I did.
Last night
We're swapping them up. Yeah, that's right.
Go, we're swapping this up. I'm not even attempting this.
That's right. All right, Ted's on top of it. Fantastic. And I'll tell you what the movie is about. Did you say Connie Britton?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm sorry. I was in shock that you were running through it, and I was like, "Oh, Ted's? Gosh, pull the reins back on him. He's taking the bull by the horns here."
You ask, you shall receive.
And I forget. I'm old. Anyway, all right. I'll tell you all what this movie is about. Divorced parents, and let me see here. I got a lot of windows open here. Divorced parents, Jose Zuniga. Yeah, there you go. Plays the father. Connie Britton plays the mother. And the siblings are Sofia, played by Sofia Carson, and Federico Rodriguez. And where's the other brother? Is it Dario? Yeah, Dario Landy Sanchez. Mm-hmm. All right. So, and I heartfelt those. I murdered them. I murdered those. That's why Ted's doing that, right? Anyway, mom and dad are divorced, and Connie Britton's character, Elizabeth, the mother, she passes on after a long struggle with cancer. And she and Sofia Carson's character, Alex, are very close, and so she's taking this very hard. And anyway, so there's the reading of the will, and everybody gets something except for Sofia Carson, or Alex in this case. And instead of getting material things at this time, Alex gets a scavenger hunt, which I thought was really funny because the movie starts off with Sofia Carson, character Alex, and her boyfriend at the time, Finn, played by Michael Rowland, going to a baby shower for her sister-in-law at the house there. Mm-hmm. And then her other sister-in-law already has 2 children, mm-hmm. and they're up in age years. I'm going to say they're anywhere between 8 and 12,
yep, somewhere
in there. And she sends them on a scavenger hunt. And so when this reading of the will comes about, her mom kind of leads her on a scavenger hunt. And the scavenger hunt is a list of things that when she was 13, she wrote down on a piece of paper that were life goals, things that she wanted to accomplish. So, and every time she accomplishes one of those things on the list, she gets a DVD. A DVD, which they make fun of in the movie. And on that, there's a little story about, whatever she accomplished. I'm not going to go into the list here, but there's a little commentary from Mom on it when she completes it. And I think there are 11 things on the list.
Yep.
And so when she completes all 11 of them, then she will find out what her inheritance is. And I'm not going to go into anything other than that because I don't want to ruin the end of it. I think it would be a spoiler if I were to mention whether she did or didn't complete the life list there.
Yeah.
So anyway, and along the way, she meets a couple of guys. One of them is played by Sebastian de Souza.
Yes.
Got that one. And the other one is played by, I can get this one, Kyle Allen.
Yep.
Right? And that's the romance side of it, is based on those two characters. Well, I'm going to leave it at that because I hope I summed it up well for you all.
You did.
All the acting in this, Ted, was wonderful. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was. Did you mention who directed this?
It was. I just looked it up.
Adam Brooks.
Adam Brooks.
This guy has got a pedigree of directing and writing stuff that you if you're not familiar, which you
definitely maybe.
I wouldn't expect anybody to know him by name, but he is. Well, French Kiss. We mentioned French Kiss. The last couple of shows, I think, when we did Picture This, I compared that as good as the movie French Kiss, which he directed. He did Lovesick, Almost You back in 1985. Man, I mean, this guy has just he's got it. The Bridget Jones Diary.
He's good. He knows how to do a rom-com.
Yeah, right. Zombies and strippers. I had to throw that one out there. I mean,
did he
who
direct
did
that?
It's on his list.
No, I've seen that.
Have you? I haven't.
I've seen it.
So there you go. And but anyway, no, he has done Lovesick, Get Over It. This guy is a prolific writer director. I mean, there's no question about it. So he knows what he's doing when it comes to rom-coms. There we go. Now, didn't we review Definitely Maybe, didn't we? No,
but I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it too. Oh, yeah, that was back in 2008. All right, so the acting in his was great. And I love this movie for the fact that there are no huge names in it. Connie Britt's a huge name.
He did Practical Magic. Yeah, what a baller.
I mean, we could sit here all show and go over his list of stuff he's done. I mean, this guy is it. I mean, he's the real deal. I don't know what else to say about him.
Bangers.
I mean, goodness gracious. So anyway, well directed. He knows what he's doing. Well written. It was a beautiful story. It was just absolutely wonderful. And like I was saying, I was so glad that there weren't any really huge names in this. It made it really refreshing. And, sometimes you get big names into things and it becomes a distraction because you're not paying attention as much to the story as you are to that individual. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yep.
So I'm going to go out on a limb here, and I'm going to say that I think Sofia Carson, and you will know her from Descendants 1, 2, and 3, and what was another big one that she had there? Pretty Little Liars. She's in that, and Purple Hearts. But nothing huge, but she's in them. I think this might be her first solo leading role.
Yeah,
and she nailed it,
killed it.
I mean, I'm going to go out on a limb. If her destiny is in her own hands.
Yeah, she's great.
She is. She was just absolutely amazing. And Sebastian de Souza, I love him. He was from The Great. Are you familiar with that? That was a Hulu series.
He was great.
And
I have a thought.
Yeah, think, thought, spew,
I think
convey.
He was a little miscast.
Really?
Well, yeah, he's about 5'4".
Right.
They say 5'7" on here, or 5'9". There's no way he's 5'9".
Okay.
He looks like I could put him in my pocket.
Yeah. No, he's not a big guy.
And I just did not buy ever that Kyle Allen had any competition. Ever. I was like, there's no way.
What do you mean, as a boyfriend?
Yeah. In any of that. I was like looking at that guy and I was like, there's no way. Because he's charming. The guy that the Kyle Allen guy that plays the lawyer is charming. He just has a certain charisma about him on screen.
Yeah.
And it was just, yeah, to me, the guy is a really good actor. The De Souza, whatever his name is.
Right, Sebastian de Souza.
Great actor. Just a weird casting choice, I thought.
Oh, I really enjoyed it. I watched the series. Mm-hmm. And that was opposite. He played opposite Emily.
Blunt?
No. Fanning.
Elle Fanning?
Elle Fanning played opposite her, and I forget his name off the top of my head, but he was the in the menu opposite Anya Taylor-Joy.
Oh yeah, Nicholas Hoult.
Yeah, and he's great in that too. So I really enjoyed his performance, and I didn't go that way because his that little arrogance that he had, and I thought he kind of pulled it off. And opposite of Kyle Allen's character, Brad, I think that they played well off of each other because they were oil and water.
I guess they did. He did a really good job. I just was like, look, this sounds awful. To all my short kings out there, I'm sorry before I say it. But, like, she's very, very attractive. And, like, I was like, and that Kyle Allen guy's very attractive. And I was like, they look good together. But this guy and her look like they were, like, brother and sister. And it threw me. He did a really good job, but they just looked too similar. I don't know. They looked kind of, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
Yeah, no, you say that. My wife actually pointed that out too. We watched it together. This is how this went down. I'm sitting here at the end of the day yesterday, and I was putting this off the life list. Because one, I was under the impression at first that this was a suspense thriller. I was. I don't know how that got into my head, and then when I pulled it up, I saw it was a romantic comedy, which, I was like, oh, okay, I can do that. That's fine. But guess what? It's over 2 hours long.
Ooh, it was long, but it was good.
I was like, oh, my God, I don't know if I can sit down through a 2-hour rom-com. And we've had such sleepers. I mean, picture this.
Duds.
Picture this was good in my mind, but it was only an hour and a half movie. And I was like, 2 hours. Here we go. So I get halfway through this movie, and my wife comes in, and we're talking a pause and talking about dinner and all that other stuff. And then it hit me. I go, oh, my God, she's got to watch this. So I stopped the movie, and I said, all right, you have to see this because this is really good. So I stopped halfway through. We had dinner, and we rewatched the first half of the movie.
I did the same thing.
And
Paige was like, I wanted to watch that. And I go, all right, start it over. And I was like 40 minutes in, and we started it over and did the same thing.
And I'm glad I did because she absolutely loved it. I mean, we were both sitting on the couch, and, we had a little smirks on our face when something funny happened, and then we had tears in our eyes when something sad happened. And
it hit all the feels. It's a good one. It's probably overall the best one we've watched so far.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I mean, it nails every beat. It's written well. It's directed well. Everybody's really good.
Well, my favorite rom-com up to this one, actually going into the last half of last year, was Picture This, which was just 2 or 3 weeks back. And I gave that a corrected 7.4. And I'm not going to get into numbers yet, but
this is much higher.
I just want to preference that for our listeners so they can scale what I really thought about this. And I texted Ted last night, and I said, we've got to put a double score on this. We've got to put a general movie score, and we've got to put a romantic comedy score on it. So because I feel like we've had such duds. In the world, not even worthy of a romantic comedy score. So anyway, and before we get into the rating, this is what my wife said, and she is a lover of the rom-com. I mean, she really, really is. When this movie finished, she turned to me and she said, "This is every bit as good," and it's her most favorite rom-com of all time, When Harry Met Sally.
It's pretty good as a rom-com. It's hard to beat.
So we were talking about it, and I said, "Now you saw Harry when Harry Met Sally when you were in your late 20s. So you were this age of these characters watching it, so you could relate to what was going on. You could fantasize about putting in that position of moving to New York and being single and all that. You're 25 years into a marriage here at this point. So, and you're saying that you think this is every bit as good as that? I would think that if you saw this when you were that age, you would say it was better.
I don't know if it's better. I also don't know if it's better than Sweet Home Alabama, which is also a banger of a rom-com, but it's as good as those movies.
Oh, well, I think that I'm going to, again, just to scale this, I like Sweet Home Alabama, but I prefer When Harry Met Sally over Sweet Home Alabama, and I prefer this over When Harry Met Sally. And
I wouldn't say prefer. I just put them on equal playing fields.
If you say you want to watch Harry, well, I would probably say I'll watch When Harry Met Sally because I haven't seen it in years.
Me either.
So I would say, okay, I do that. But if I had watched When Harry Met Sally and this in a recent time frame, I would say, let's watch The Life List. So that's me.
Yeah, I mean,
me.
I guess because it's newer, I'm like, I'd watch this again before those others. I've seen Sweet Home Alabama like 30 times. Yeah,
I've seen it more than I want. I get it. I just, it's good. It's, it's nothing that blows wind up my skirt.
Hey,
so
I'll tell you another one that's an absolute banger.
All right.
27 Dresses. That is a great rom-com.
That is a good rom-com, but I like this one better than that.
No, I think I like 27 Dresses
Really?
better. I love 27 Dresses.
Oh, my goodness, Ted.
James Marsden is great. Katherine Heigl is great.
All right. That didn't even come up with my wife, and she's watched 27 Dresses 100 times.
27 times?
Yeah, at least. At least. So I'm big on this movie. This is the best work I think Adam Brooks has done out of his list of stuff.
Even more than French Kiss?
Way more than French Kiss.
I want to hear your numbers.
I don't want
to rush you, but this is interesting.
Here's the thing. Before we get to the numbers, here's the thing: is we were watching this, and my wife was talking about Sebastian de Souza, reminding her of someone, and I was like, "Oh, he was in The Great," and that's what we were thinking and talking about. And then she's like, "No, I haven't seen that, but he reminds me of somebody." And it hit me because I was having the same feeling, but it was being whitewashed because I watched The Great so much. Mm-hmm. And it is the fact that he is, and just think about it. I mean, watch it again, look, and not necessarily needing a response now, but he's the next gen Jude Law. He has the same mannerisms. Yeah. The way he delivers dialogue, the way he sounds. I was sitting there watching that after she brought that up, and I'm like, well, who in the world can she be thinking of? Because, she didn't see the Great. I would put him at that level. I really would. Kyle Allen, I mean, he hasn't been in he's been in a lot of stuff, but I mean, I don't see anything in here that screams the level of participation as an actor or a character than what he did in this.
No, this is
his big thing so far. And he was great in it. I mean, he played the character well. He really did. Mm-hmm. All right, Ted, let's get to some numbers on here. I can't speak high enough about this. I mean, we're going to do two now.
Do you want to go first, or you want me?
I'm as a general movie, just anybody watching it will find entertaining and all that. I'm going to give this a 7.9 as just a general movie as a recommendation. And I say that's high. That's a good score.
Yeah.
That is a good score. But in the category of rom-coms, and Lord knows, we have, in the last few years here on the show, we have watched our fair share of rom-coms. This is by far the best one I think we've seen.
We're about to get a big score.
You are. As a rom-com goes, this is an 8.9.
Oh.
I'm putting it up there. I'm putting it up there. So as a general movie, it is equal to my score on, or almost equal. I think I gave The Gorge an 8.3.
Which I would say The Gorge is the best thing we've seen so far this year.
In that genre or that type, but is in anything, I mean, because that's genre specific. It's post-apocalyptic kind of thing.
I'm just saying, before this movie, The Gorge was the best movie we'd seen.
Before this movie. I'm not going to argue with that by any means. All right, what's your score on this, Tad?
I'm going to give it, as a general movie, a 7.5. And as a rom-com, I'm going to go 9.1. I thought it was pretty perfect.
Okay, you're bigger than me. That's fine.
I'm not ever gonna. There's no rom-com I've ever seen that I'm like 100. So
I don't think they've made a rom-com this good since When Harry Met Sally. And I like Harry Met Sally over Sleepless in Seattle, over French Kiss.
Over You've Got Mail.
And over You've Got Mail. Harry Met Sally is probably up to this point my most favorite rom-com. And this, it's equal to or maybe a little bit bigger. But to think that since, I don't know, what is it, 84, 85 when, no, that's wrong. Harry Met Sally.
I would say 89 or 90.
89. Since 89, this is the best rom-com that has come out since 1989. I'm going to say it. I mean, I really am.
Okay.
So there you go. I love it. All right. Now, I want to get to some other numbers, and I think this is really funny. IMDb, and again, their scores have no basis for my score. This is a huge IMDb number. This is a 7 out of 10.
That's huge.
I mean, that is for IMDb. Now, this is going to shock you. Rotten Tomatoes. If you're ready, the critics gave this a 44. I mean, seriously.
What's the audience score?
The audience score on this is a 72.
I think that's low.
I do too.
I think that the critic score is stupid.
It makes me question, who are we as a society today if you don't think this is a good movie? I mean, what qualifies as Sonic the Hedgehog? That's a good movie? I'm not saying it's a bad movie, but this is a quality movie.
I think the more pretentious the movie is, the more critics like it.
Yeah,
and this isn't pretentious. This is a movie that wants to entertain you and make you have a good time. But like, I think critics are usually failed filmmakers, and a lot of times, and
here we sit. Well, here I sit. I'm sorry, that wasn't fair. Here I sit.
No, I mean
you're still doing it. I'm not. I'm out.
No, I mean I'm just an actor. I mean whatever. I write some stuff, but I mean that's it. I mean I'm not trying to direct. I don't like that stuff. Change
the dealer. This is where I'm at right here.
You're still gonna do it.
I'm happy in my shoes right now, man.
I'm not. Okay, hey, we're just giving our opinions, which they do too. But let's be real. Our opinions are much more like normal people opinions.
I would hope. I mean, well, we're a lot closer to the real people on Rotten Tomato, and So I'm not gonna lie. Watching this movie made me feel young again, and I'm closer to 60 than 50. It really did. It made me think about youth. It made me feel young. It invoked a lot of feelings, emotions that I had when I was supposedly this age. And I'm going to say, she's playing a character in her mid-20s.
I thought they were 30.
So, well, in real life, she's 30. But
I think they were playing 30.
I was.
Because think about it. If he went to law school, he gets out of law school at 26, 25?
24.
And he's been acting, or he's been a lawyer.
Law school's 2 years.
Okay, so he's been a lawyer for 3 years?
27.
Okay. That's how old I think they all are.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah.
26. She's a little younger than him, right?
Maybe.
I mean, that's why I'm thinking maybe a year or two.
Yeah.
I mean...
Okay.
Well, if we want to kind of break it down, she goes to college, she's 22 when she gets out. She became a teacher, and I think they mentioned she was only a teacher for about a year before things, I'm not going there. And then she worked for her mom at her business for a year and a half.
Okay,
so that puts her 25, 26 years old. And I bought it, but it made me feel that age. That's what I'm getting to. All right, Ted, I think it's obvious here you and I are both watch this.
Watch it.
Okay, and I hate to do it, but I love to do it, okay? I'm going to twist you a little here.
Okay.
This is a Netflix movie.
I know. I'm shocked. I'm shocked.
This is we've had 3 good Netflix movies in a row now.
Yeah, the Electric List or whatever.
Well, that was okay, but it was, it wasn't bad. It wasn't bad, but because I think we thought for $320 million budget on that was not worth it. Anyway, all right, that's fantastic. And besides this movie, I tell you what, I did watch as well, and I did a little short on it, and I'm just going to say it because I think it was just absolutely brilliant, and that was the Academy Award nominated film, Complete Unknown, starring Timothy Chalamet.
Oh, I need to see that.
Yeah, Monica Barbaro and Ellie Fanning, and Ed Norton. Oh my God, he was great in it. He was great. I love Ed Norton.
He's great.
From what was that, X?
American History X.
American History X. I mean,
that movie's nuts.
That was. I walked out of that movie, and I still liked Ed Norton, even though he was a horrible person in that movie.
There's a scene seared in my memory when he makes that guy put his mouth on the curb.
Yeah.
I'm just like, that was so graphic.
That, and you know what? They copied that in The Sopranos. They did.
Somebody
that
tells
scene.
you to put your mouth on a curb, you just go ahead and say, shoot me. I ain't putting my mouth on a curb, buddy.
Oh, goodness gracious. I'm not getting into dental work because I've had a lot of it and I've lost a lot of them. So, well, I'm a stuntman. Yeah. Right? Motorcycle accidents and things like that. Yeah. Anyway, all right. Hey, guys, this is a watch. And again, The Complete Unknown. It's on Hulu, just dropped. It is phenomenal. It covers about a decade of Bob Dylan's life early on, from the time he broke out or came into the scene, and covers him through the 60s. And Ellie Fanning and the whole cast in it is ridiculous, and the storytelling in it is spot on. So free for you to watch on Hulu. Have you watched anything else, Ted? Anything you want to talk about? I mean, I've been watching a lot of stuff lately.
I have not. I've been very busy.
Okay, I am too, but I'm so hooked into this stuff.
Well, last week I had a lot of stuff popping at night.
Yeah, so we went to a movie with Ted last week where Bob Trevino liked it.
Yep.
And it was really, really good. So if it comes to your town, I highly recommend it.
It's opening wider this Thursday.
All right, that's awesome.
It'll be in Memphis. If you're in Tennessee, it's in Memphis, Knoxville, and Nashville.
Well, we are a world broadcast.
I don't know where it's going in the world.
We are across this nation and around the globe.
It is in most major cities for the next week and a half.
Go see it. Now, I'm going to be honest. It's a heart tugger.
Oh, it'll make you cry.
It is I mean, my wife and I, we thought this was kind of going to be a funny movie because the young lady who plays the lead in it,
Barbie Ferreira.
She comes across as, kind of humorous in everything she does, right? Positive attitude. She has a positive attitude in everything she does. So you think at any given moment, because she's so positive, that something funny is about to happen, and it doesn't.
No, and it's and John Leguizamo's great. She's wonderful.
yeah,
French Stewart kills it. That's what I didn't see coming. Like when I remember we did a reading on Zoom right before we started filming. And I was like, French Stewart, if you know 30 Rock from the Sun or Inspector Gadget, he plays these big, goofy characters.
Yeah.
He started talking, and within 2 sentences, I was like, who is this dude? When did he get so dark? He's so happy and everything else.
Yeah. No, he was, everybody did a great job. Even Ted here. Oh, Ted's in it. Harlan
Hickey Holmes. Hey, buddy.
All right. That's going to wrap up us for the day, I think. We've had enough of us. But anyway, don't forget to tell your friends about us, like us, subscribe. We need those clicks. It really helps. And we appreciate each and every one of you for joining us on Streaming Without a Paddle. I'm Andrew.
And I'm Ted.